exactly how this shit goes.
Yo, this
the party
crazy.
that came is getting frustrated because they're ready to be seated. You really don't want these motherfuckers seated because you want them to leave. It's going to be a lot to bring them back and forth to serve. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot. So
this shit crazy, dog.
It's part of the business. They killing this cake. I'm gonna have to get another piece before.
Yo, this shit crazy. Look what this pastor told the congregation. Look what this pastor told his people, y'all. The pastor told his congregation to bring copies of their tax returns so he could review them. He said, I'm going to put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings. This nigga want to see tax returns, y'all. That's the minute I stop going to your church.
Ooh, I don't know why you even bring this up to me. This is going to boil my blood.
That's the minute I stop going to your church, dog. This nigga said... Yo, this nigga said to bring your tax returns.
How dare you? How dare you? I don't know how these pastors be getting away with this. I don't know how the congregation and these people just be sticking around with this at all. This is just pure. This ain't got nothing to do with God. And one thing I don't allow people to do is play on my fucking top. There's no way that you're asking me for my IRS tax return here in a place of worship where I volunteer my space to be with God, because I could go to any other church and I come here and you need to know my financial situations because you need to keep track of tithes. This ain't God's work. This is not God's work. And therefore my spirit and my soul don't need to be nowhere up in here. I don't like stuff like that. You know me. You already know me. This is not. I'm hot up in the church. Me and the pastor have it out.
He shouldn't even have a church,
sir. Because this is me and Kaisir had a conversation about this not too long ago when he was talking about a pastor buying a Rolls Royce, right? And he said, "Well, do you feel that the pastor should have this because they?"
No, let me ask you, Kaisir.
He's eating right now.
Oh, I thought he ate.
No, he's eating ice cream. No, he was. I don't know what he's seen. We were talking about Pastor had gotten a Rolls Royce, and he was saying, well, people feel like he shouldn't have the Rolls Royce, and I said, well, you know what, Kaisi, now in these days, they have mega churches, right? And these churches have evolved from what they once used to be. Now you got pastors that's traveling all over the world talking the gospel, and they're bringing in a lot of money, right? Some of these pastors are making a lot of money for themselves, right? Mm-hmm. But although you're making $200,000, $300,000 a year, right? That does not mean that God has blessed you with that for you to be riding around in a Rolls Royce. The humbleization is still to the people that you congregate to, right? So God blessed you with this money for you to live forever off of it, not to gloat in front of the people in which you speak to, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing here. Basically, this man wants to know what is housed within these walls and how much is coming in here. And therefore, because this is what you guys come in here with, you should be able to provide this much to the church. Well, how much does the church really need? Or is it you? Because this is not about building the church. Usually you used to give to tithes to the church to help build. Remember, churches started from a box, just benches outside, then to a building, and then to the building to being able to have youth groups and organizations and so forth for the church. Now the money is going to the pastor's pocket. Mm-hmm. This is, like I said, this has nothing to do with God. You got to pay attention to who you coming in here letting tell you about your spirit. That's why.
And then the nigga that want to see your tax returns driving the motherfucking Rolls Royce.
Well, what? I couldn't believe you. You know what? This is why I don't sit up in here with you people, because there's no way that, first of all, I don't do it. I do it. I'm gonna tell you,
the only reason I look at it fucked up is because then when you go through troubles and you need help, and you behind on your mortgage or something, and say you go to the church and you say the same church that you've been paying your tithes to, and you say, I need help, they going to send you to an organization.
Another organization, a nonprofit organization.
They going to say, they say money to. They going to say,
so that they get a tax write off of it.
They going to say, we send money.
That's how it was back in the day. The church money was supposed to help the community. It is not for the community anymore. So then if it's not for the community, do you really think that it's for your soul?
Hell.
Like, no. So I don't understand the locking the doors and don't let nobody out until they empty their pockets. I don't understand bringing in your tax return.
Ain't that robbery?
That is by who? By man, not by God.
That's
I don't need
okay.
to be up in here nowhere with you sinners.
I'm just
I don't
saying
wanna
that
be nowhere
robbery. Niggas
close.
say close the door. Nigga, nobody get to leave until they give us $100. That's robbery.
I'm hot. Let me tell you, it's on up in church.
Nigga, I'm
it's
out
on
this
up in church.
I'm out this motherfucker.
Excuse
It makes you think I'm
me.
scared.
God approved everything I done set up in here. Because it's not going to work. I don't understand it. I'm curious to hear what the people who were there, to witness this firsthand, what they had to say. What
Look,
do you think?
We about to see what the preacher said.
Somebody.
Church members bring a copy of your tax return so that I can review them. I'm gonna put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning. Amen. It's tight, but it's right. Saints, next week I am asking that all church members bring a copy of your tax return so that I can review them. I'm gonna put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning. Amen. It's tight, but it's right.
And the amens besides the people on the board.
They said amen.
They the only ones that said amen because they count the baskets. Ain't nobody in the seats said nothing. Everybody in the board that counts this at the end of the night said amen because we ain't bringing up enough. Okay, so what y'all got going on in the church that the people's is not bringing in enough? What are y'all doing?
He said y'all gonna stop playing in my face with these offerings and these tithes. This is crazy. I ain't never seen no preacher go, I guess he said shit. If the other one can lock them in, then I can get their tax return.
Now, granted, hold on. Now, granted, the money that comes in goes to the church. That's how you keep doors open, right? So we understand the situation with the tithes, but there's a point that you need some tax return.
I need to see how much y'all
right. What's happening?
Year.
Right. Is everybody just coming in and you got about 100 people in here and everybody just giving about $1? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you get $50 out of 100. I understand what you're talking about, Pastor. But in the day of 2026, I don't believe that you're not getting enough that supports the church.
It's still extreme. When you get to the point where you're telling people to bring their tax returns, I need to see how much you make throughout the year. I need to know how much you get back at the end of the year. Since when are you into people business? Do we have people minds controlled like that?
Yeah,
where these people gonna really get this man they tax returns?
Remember, they told you humanity will cease to exist by such and such and such, because this makes no sense. People are completely programmed. This makes no sense to me.
If this ain't some cult shit, then what is?
No, say it again, a little bit louder, because people don't understand what that means. You just associate cults with Scientology and all types of other stuff, but you don't associate it with the church. It ain't no different.
If you telling me,
because to me, this ain't got nothing to do with the spirit. Okay,
no.
and I come here for the spirit and to be amongst other people that can understand what I want to feel. But if I'm sitting here talking about money, then I don't.
But it's almost giving me vibes that if nobody gave money to the church, then motherfuckers would not preach it. It's literally getting to
the day and age of doing this for free is over.
It's over. It makes me feel like that. It's all about the money. Like if niggas was if it was a church that just said we can't afford to give tithes, we don't have no money, the motherfuckers
would not come to you,
would not talk to you.
And humble as I am, as God says I should come here, and I don't have very much to give, and I come here for congregation amongst like-minded people, and I have to be reminded of my finances here. This is not the church home for you.
Hell no. If it's all about finances, that's crazy, dog. It's crazy. Because we shouldn't even be talking money.
This is why I feel the way I feel about church. It is not what it once was. When I was growing up in church, it was completely different, and they still passed around the basket, and you still had to put money in there. So I grew up in a church where you had to, because if your name wasn't on, we had envelopes with our names on it in the Catholic Church. So they sent you so they knew who was giving the money. So it wasn't no just dollar in there. If you put $1 in there, you was new to the church. If you put the envelope in there, we knew who the families were, right? So
but look, I would kept my envelope.
No, we didn't. We put the envelope in here because you want them to know that you're coming. No, you're not understanding the system. Although we're not saying this is not a spiritual game, this is a financial game.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I would have grabbed my envelope. I would have grabbed my envelope, and it would have never went back. That was this. Stuck it in my pocket.
Yeah, but you're not in there. You know what I'm saying? We went to the school. So if you went to the school, you were a parishioner. And you went there and you paid into the church. So that's exactly what he's saying. But that's not a religious thing.
But that's not a school problem.
Thing. That's a get down thing. We know who's here every Sunday. We see your faces. They don't do envelopes. He recognizes faces here every Sunday. And he's seeing this basket is coming up short. Okay? Whole lot of praises. It is sad, but it's a business for them as well.
It's sad, but
that's why I don't fool around with church.
It ain't because I don't play that game. Church ain't supposed to be a business.
It's not, but it is. It is, and it's been a business for a very, very long time. That's why you have so many. First of all, we sit here all day, right? And we only talk about Christianity and satanic and Lucifer, the opposites. You know, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and then the opposites, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know if you Google, there's over 100, maybe over 200 different religions. For every positive religion, you got an opposite religion that's opposite of what somebody believes. There's so many different religions, and they all make money somewhere. Why? Because you have believers in them, right? So you have to question God. Are they all talking to you? Are they all talking to you? Or is it just another form of something to follow, right? And when you're following something, you can damn sure seek financials. Right? Whether you're in the mosque or you're in a Christian church, it's going to come from somewhere because you want people to invest in their soul, right? Right? Because this is a spiritual place. And when people believe in their spirituality more than anything else, they will invest in it. So that's what he's asking for. You hear every Sunday, but the basket is light. So it's not about coming here to save your soul and get right with God and be amongst other people that are about the same God. It's about putting into the place you come to worship. And I understand that, but we have long exceeded to where that money has gone back properly into the church. It definitely goes to the pastor's pockets. And it's not fair. It'd be different if that money went back into more things to build the community in which these people, come here to parish, right?
Now that go into buying land, exactly, and buying buildings and putting it into the church's name.
Right. Now the pastor don't just preach here on Saturday and Sunday. At the afternoon, he's in some other state path, and now he needs to have money to travel to spread the word. That's bullshit. No,
he need a plan too.
Right, because but that's what I'm saying.
Because the pastor go for everywhere and preach to people. Our pastor not a normal pastor.
Community anymore. It has exceeded. I watch some of these people, and first of all, I'm a non-believer of the cell phone in church. I didn't grow up to where you could pull your phone out, and we had phones that could record. That's disrespectful in church. I watch so many people YouTube blogs and they straight pull their phone up and be recording in church. And church looks like a concert. They got a whole freaking mega board in the back. They got music and lights and fireworks and shit. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is church? I'm a person, I could not go to a mega church. I'm not the person that can sit among 3,000 people.
Bro, that's how my church was. That's how my church was in Montclair.
Do it. No.
The Montclair church I went to on Church Street, that was behind the bus station right there. It was big as hell. And every Sunday when I used to go up in there, nigga, I used to sit at the top. Nigga, they had the whole bottom. Everything was full as hell. That shit was packed.
No, I'm talking about a concert.
There was a concert.
No, I can't do that. I grew up in small churches. There's none of that. There's no impressioning any of this for God. You don't come here for this. We don't need the big orchestra, the PowerPoint presentation on the theater screen. We don't need all the lights and fireworks for you to come. What are we dealing with here?
Money.
This is exactly money. So it ain't got nothing to do with the spirit. So you might as well forget that shit when you're going to sit at these pastors' church, because it's money. They become superstars. The fight is no longer to give you God's
But
word.
that's
They
what it
become
is now too.
superstars.
The pastors want to be superstars too.
Right,
now.
they become superstars.
The
megastars.
pastors, they want to be known
They
by the
become
rappers
megastars.
too. They want to be
They
known.
become- that's
They want to be in the
crazy.
hip hop industry.
Right, so then who are you?
The pastors want to
Who
go
are
to
you
the
doing?
Diddy parties. Look, they want to be known. The Tyler Perry's, what was that nigga name? TD Jakes. He want to be known. All these pastors want to be known now. They don't want to be just a regular pastor.
And I used to watch him. I used to watch him a lot. Him and his daughter. I used to watch. I watch her sometimes. I will say I do watch her sometimes. But I used to watch him a lot. TD Jakes. I used to watch his sermons on when he would go live, because he still goes live actually on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I don't watch him, because you go into the Diddy parties. And granted, like I don't force my foot down on people. People can live however they want to. I just can't listen to you or resonate with you, because I know the level of imperfections. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody falls short. I don't expect a pastor to be, the best, but you're supposed to be the example of that. You get what I'm saying? If not, because you're supposed to be the speaker of God.
90% of the time, they fall short.
Right, but I understand a fall short, but I don't understand a Diddy party short. I don't understand the drugs and infidelity party short. I don't understand that. I can take, maybe some lying, watching, Kirk Franklin was like, I watch porn. All right, nigga, nobody give a fuck. We know you probably watch porn. Like, you said, I went to the dumpster and got my tapes out after I said I was throwing them. Nobody gives a fuck. We know you probably watch porn. But are you out there messing with transsexuals and shit like that? That's a big deal. That's a complete difference. God ain't gonna smack your hand because you watching porn. He's trying to get you, he'll get you okay. But it's the level of shit that you do. You just a complete sinner, but you come up here on Sunday and tell me that I should be a sinner and I'm faulting and all types of things and I'm feeling some type of way to get right with God, and the whole time you playing in the devil's corner. I can't listen to you.
Mm. It be like that too.
Right, and that's why I feel a certain way. God, I'm a personal believer. I don't need to go to no facility to talk to God. I talk to God every single day from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep. And he done gave me enough discernment to say, don't go in here playing with these people, because you're not going to get what you want.
So if you was one of them people in the church,
we would have been fighting up in church.
Why won't you just not come back? Ain't nothing to fight. Come back.
Oh no, I would have said some stuff before I got up out of there, because I probably wouldn't have been new to the church. If I had been here for a while, first of all, this is probably not the first off the wall thing he's probably said to his people.
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. The first time I would have heard some foolishness, because one thing I don't do is play with my spirit. I can joke and do a lot of things, do my little gossip and shit. But one thing I don't play about is my spirit. God has been too good to me for me to be messed around with energy around me like that. So as soon as he started talking that bullshit, I would have got up and I would have gave him some words that God approved, and I would have got up out of there, because he would have told me, make this clear before you walk. That's my relationship with God. Before you walk up out of here, make this clear where you stand with me.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? I approve. And walk up out of here with your head high, because there's no way that I can come back every Sunday and listen to you. I can't. I can't physically allow my energy in this. I can't do it.
This, man, I know I wouldn't have came back.
I would have been like, excuse me. Tax returns.
I told that nigga I ain't got a job.
Tax returns.
I done said,
how dare you?
I done said I ain't got a job.
Mm-hmm.
My past, I ain't got a job.
Who talking in here today?
That's why. That's why I'm here every Sunday. Oh, I would have been like, can we see yours too,
Mr. Earl? You said, amen. Mr. Earl, you ain't worked in 25 years. I know y'all. I'm telling you, I would have. But that's why I don't get involved, because my spirit would have spoke up too much. I don't care about the shit that goes on in Red Lobster and shit like that. But you tell me some foolishness like here in church, I'm definitely causing some motion. I can't do it.
Yes, this nigga lost his mind.
I know. I'm in the wrong room. Let me move around. Let me get up out of here. I don't want to be up in here. I don't play.
That's what you get though when you deal with these
This
niggas.
is right, and that's why I said it's important to pick the right church home. You know what I'm saying? And when you solidify where you're gonna go so that you can get your praise and worship, it better be the right place. And these people, like I said, this ain't the first time he done said this. This is not a surprise. That's why somebody's recording.
I bet you he didn't expect it to go out too. I guarantee you he gonna be mad and say, whoever recorded that, you out of the church. Watch
Please
this.
believe you out.
He gonna be like, who recorded that? You know he gonna make a preach about it. He gonna say something about it. Who recorded this to the people? Whoever recorded this to the people, just know you out of this church when I find out.